Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching this. For me it's good morning. It's 20 to 2 in the morning. Just woke up. I'm going to start work at 2 o'clock. So I've got up this time, so obviously I can start getting ready. You joined me parked up in Livingston, Scotland. It is the Sunday the 11th of March. This continues on from, I'm still out on the road from that Tight Yards video. Basically I'd done the collection at Daniel's. I drove back to our depot where I'd done a trailer swap and a unit change, because the unit I was in was a spot hire unit, so that was going back. So I've got one of our Scanias back. Trailer swap. Trailer had Nisa Livingston and Tesco Livingston on it, so I drove up, done the Nisa Livingston delivery, got to Tesco's Livingston and spent all day in Tesco's Livingston waiting to be tipped, and I started to run out of time. Sorry. So obviously I'd been informing the Tesco staff the whole time I was going to run out of time. Phoned our place and they pulled me out of there and said, drop your trailer and spend the night there and start at 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously I've got to phone them at 2 to see what they want me to do, but the fact that the trailer I dropped is still sat in front of me, I'm going to assume I'm going back in with that load to try to deliver it. Don't know what was going on in Tesco's Livingston yesterday, but it was causing a lot of drivers a lot of issues. It was just chocker in there, absolutely chocker. We ended up having, while I was in there was 2 other Fowler Welsh drivers from our depot in there, and another one had to pull out as well. He ran out of time, so I know he came out and dropped his trailer, and then he picked up an empty from a yard near here and actually went back down because he's a day driver. So yes, so I just thought I'd show you the start of the day. Thankfully I can sleep through anything, because just out that window, don't know if you can see it, that car that's just gone past and that one, that's the M8. So it was kind of pretty noisy here. We're on an industrial estate, so there's a road obviously here. I'll show you around. There's my trailer that I dropped last night. Obviously the motorway's over there. So yes, my advice, I noticed on Facebook this morning, there's a guy who's just about to start tramping, as we call it. So for any of you that don't know, obviously when you do nights out in your wagon, you're called tramper. There was a guy who was just about to start tramping, and he was saying, has anybody got any good recommendations of stuff I should get, etc, etc. Now I've not had a chance to comment yet, because obviously there is a lot of guys out there who've been doing this a lot longer than me. Even if you're not a tramper, one piece of advice I'd give you is, even as a day driver, carry some food with you, because you never know what's going to happen. Like, for example, all the day drivers that got stuck out with the beast from the east. If you can, I mean, if you're on locals, it's probably not so much of a biggie, but get yourself a small sleeping bag, like, that compresses down really small, because if you get stuck out for some strange reason, you'll be grateful that you've got one with you. Just something to tuck you in. Obviously, most trucks nowadays have got night heaters. Doesn't mean they're going to work though. Like that Mercedes that I was in yesterday, no, day before, the spot hire one, the night heater had a fault with it. So, I mean, thankfully it was warm that night, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because obviously I have all my sleeping stuff, so I'd have been nice and warm. But yes, I'd make sure you've, if you can, get a small, you can get them, they're compressed right down really small, so it won't take up any space. They're light, so you won't notice carrying it. Some food of some sort, a 2 litre bottle of water, just because, like, if you get stuck, like having to stop somewhere like where I am now, there's nowhere to get anything, because I was running out of time. So I've come out of Tesco's Livingston and I've gone into this industrial estate and parked up. So if you didn't have any water, you'd be very thirsty by now. I mean, my throat sounds like crap. That's because I've just woke up. And if you take any medication of any sort, carry extra with you. I mean, initially, for me, this was only supposed to be a 1 night out, so 2 days, 1 night, or at least that's what I thought it might have been. But turns out it wasn't. It was 2 nights out, 3 days, which is fine, because I go back on holiday again when I get back to the depot tonight. So, but extra medication, which is a good job, because obviously I'm going to need it. Paracetamol, paracetamol. I don't recommend taking Nurofen, purely because that's what caused me issues. I ended up having burst stomach ulcer about 3-4 months ago. Ended up having 6 days in hospital for it, which is why I'm on that medication. But if you do take Nurofen, please do follow the advice on it. That's all I'll say. Obviously this isn't a video for that, but if you do take Nurofen, follow the guideline advice on it and eat before you take it. That was what caused me an issue. Being a bus driver, say I had a headache or toothache, something like that. When I stopped to pick passengers up, I'd just pop 2 Nurofen, and that's what caused me the issue. Not eating ended up giving me a massive stomach ulcer, which burst. But we won't go into that. That doesn't matter. But I'm on tablets for it because of that. So yeah, carry some paracetamol. Even though, like, you're carrying food and stuff to eat and drink, if you deliver into distribution centres, just have some change with you, couple of quid, something like that. Not notes, coins, because you're in there like I was yesterday. I was in Tesco's for, it was 3 hours waiting to get on a bay, 4 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours I was in there yesterday. And you can't go back to your wagon. So 6 hours, and I had no drink, nothing like that. So thankfully I had a couple of pounds change on me so I could use their drinks machine, get myself a drink, something to eat, just to tide me over. So yeah, just little things like that. The things that I didn't think of initially when I first started, that nobody told me, because it's not like nobody tells you what to bring or what to carry with you or anything like that. They're just little things that you won't have or you won't be carrying with you, and you'll get into a situation and go, if I'd have had that, it'd have made my life a lot more comfortable. Because yeah, life on the road, I mean, it's not like, sometimes we can, I mean, some of the deliveries we go to where I park up at night, there's like an Asda, sorry, that was my, interrupted by my alarm, lost my train of thought. Yeah, sometimes where I park up, there's Asda's or there's Tesco's just round the corner, so if I need something I can walk round once I've parked up and go get something. But a lot of the time you can't get anywhere because you're towing a trailer with you and you're 45 foot long. You can't get in to park up anywhere, so pretty much the only places you can go to get stuff, service stations, petrol stations, stuff like that. And if you've ever been, like if you're a car driver or anything, or you've been into a service station or a petrol station, the prices are normally hiked up a bit because they know they've got you. So like as a truck driver, if you need a bottle of water and you go into a petrol station, you can be paying £2 for a bottle of water, whereas if you brought a bottle of water from home, obviously you're not paying that much, or if you'd got a bottle from Tesco's, it's like 30 something pence or whatever it is for a bottle. So there are problems, and it's something that the country needs to look at, because as truck drivers we get penalised for it in theory. So because we're out on the road doing a job, we're getting penalised in theory by having to pay these hiked up prices. Some companies don't pay you as handsomely as others, so you're trying to save all the pennies you can. I mean, I'm quite fortunate in the amount that our company pays for a night out. So the hiked up price isn't as much of an issue, but for me the night out money is like an extra bonus for me in my wages, which is why I try and not spend as much on the road on a night out, because what I don't spend I'm actually making extra in my night out money. So yeah, but that was just a bit of a random chat while I'm waiting to get going this morning. I shall cut this video here. I shall get some footage to make another video to put together while I'm off on holiday next week. So I hope you stay safe, guys. Enjoy your day. I'm gonna get mine started, hopefully get this delivered at Tesco's today, and I shall catch you next time. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please tell people about my channel if you know anybody that may be interested in doing HGV trucking, and I shall catch you later, guys.